Cameron, you want me to share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
Let's see. I might have to change some one or two settings real quick. Okay, you should be able to. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. And then I'll just get right into it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Rico Garza, and I go by Rico, and I'm the Assistant Director for the Baylor McNair Scholars Program. I'm excited to have the opportunity to kind of showcase what our program is all about. And as you know, we have time at the end if you have any questions. So the McNair Scholars Program itself is housed within our SOAR department, so Student Opportunity and Accessibility Resources, located in Sid Richardson. So what is the purpose of the McNair program? So in a nutshell, if you didn't know, the program is a federal TRIO program funded at 187 different institutions across the U.S. And it is a program designed to support either first-generation college students with some sort of financial need or members of a group that are traditionally underrepresented in graduate education. So that's looking at our Black students, Latino, Hispanic, or Pacific Islander, Native American students. So some of the eligibility, so things to consider when you are applying. So all of our students who are applying need to have some type of interest in obtaining a PhD or some type of graduate degree. So whether that's a master's or we have some students who do like MD, PhD, but the PhD is our main focus and how it's written in our grant. So you have to qualify as either first gen or in our underrepresented student population. Transfer students are also eligible and also have a 3.0 cumulative GPA when applying by the end of the fall semester. So along with that, we ask that our students, you must be a US citizen, mostly because our program is written by a US Department federal grant. So that's kind of why that requirement is there. And one of the big things of our program is you have to be available to do full-time research during the summer. So that's kind of like our big ask for our students is being available for 10 weeks during the summer to do fully faculty mentored research. So some of the benefits of the McNair Scholars Program is that it gives students the opportunity to be prepared and get some assistance when thinking about graduate school. So once you join the program, you're going to be kind of going through a full course that's preparing you to be a top-notch applicant as you start your application process for graduate programs. So we do this by allowing all of our students to participate in a GRE preparation course, as well as having reduced cost for all of the GRE exams. So if you're interested in maybe like a law degree, maybe an MD degree, that isn't something that we necessarily directly support as far as funding, but we'll be able to get you prepared for understanding how to navigate those types of exams. But as far as financial support, our main thing is the GRE. So along with those kind of preparatorial things that we offer, we also have some financial planning and mentoring from faculty and staff. So as far as financial planning, we work with our financial wellness program manager to kind of sit down with our students and walk through what does it mean to get a big stipend? How do you use that? And also, what does it look like to move out of state or even stay in state to attend graduate school? What are some things that maybe you're not considering, like buying an apartment or moving 1,000 miles away and having to figure out those types of costs, and also budgeting for graduate school, because that often looks a little bit different than paying for undergrad. Along with that, like I said, mentoring from faculty and staff. So each of our scholars, as you come in, will be partnered with a faculty mentor who's going to be kind of walking you step by step through really intensive summer research. So you're going to be building those relationships that are going beyond just the research. They're helping you prepare for graduate school by, they've been there, they've done that, they've accepted graduate students into their programs. So they're able to give some knowledge and expertise on navigating what that process looks like. As well as that, we have that staff component, right? Where we have myself, our director, and a graduate student who are always available to answer questions and kind of walk you alongside step by step for, whether that's what do I do for summer research into looking into graduate schools and things like that. Along with that, we have our summer research internship, like I said before, which includes stipends and some housing funding of some sort. So the housing piece is something we're still finalizing. So in the past, we've had the opportunity to give all of our scholars a $2,800 stipend for doing research at Baylor. Along with that, we've also given them some type of housing incentive. So we're on the we're in the conversation of providing some on-campus housing accommodations or providing some type of stipend that can help supplement some of that pay if you're living off campus. Along with that, we also offer course credit during the summer. So while you're taking these 10 weeks of summer research, you're also getting credit that's going to go on your transcript that says, I was doing extensive research for course credit that's going to be there. And every week during the summer, you're also having the opportunity to participate in workshops that are preparing you on consolidating on the information that you're learning all summer, doing research into a final paper. That paper can then potentially get published, or you're also going to be doing a lot of research that will then be presented at a national conference. So Baylor hosts its own national conference that you'll have the opportunity to present at if you were in the program. So that kind of hits on that professional development workshop piece, as well as those professional academic conferences. Another benefit that our scholars are seeing that kind of hits on that last bullet is we have opportunity to pay for a lot of travel. So for example, we have students that we've sent to UCLA to go and present at the national conference there. While they're there, they're going to a bunch of college tours. Same thing, we send students out to DC to go visit schools that they're interested in, as well as participating in a lot of the conferences that are out there. So those are just some of the things that are fully funded. You don't have to pay a dime, not even for food. It's all fully covered through the program. So some of the requirements that while you're in the program is you must attend the regular meetings and activities provided by the program. And during the semester, it's only one day a week requirement. So you're only meeting with us for an hour, and that time is dedicated to helping you with that next step of applying for graduate school or getting ready for summer research. So it's nothing that we're just hanging out and kind of wasting time. We're getting you prepared for that next step, making sure that you feel confident into going into taking the GRE or into finding a faculty mentor, and et cetera. You also must maintain a minimum 3.0 GPA and also take the appropriate examinations for graduate school. So with our focus being the GRE, but if you're interested in going to medical school, maybe you might be taking the MCAT. One of the big things that we do is that you must apply for graduate programs. It's kind of our bread and butter. And so we ask that all of our scholars apply to a minimum of 10 graduate programs. And we're there alongside you every step of the way of choosing your top 10, helping you apply, even like helping you feel confident in pressing the submit button to apply to those graduate programs. Like we said before, another program requirement is conducting those 10 weeks of summer research. And that could be whether that is here at Baylor, or we have students who have gone out to UCLA, or they've gone to Berkeley or Harvard to do their research. But those are all things that we're able to get our students connected with. So if you're like, my dream school is University of Michigan to go do a graduate program out there, then we're able to help you get connected to those resources as you apply for those graduate programs and apply for those summer research opportunities. The last piece is presenting research project at a conference. So what's beneficial of our Baylor program is that as a McNair scholar at Baylor, we host our own national conference where we're bringing in 300 to 400 students who are also doing summer research. We bring them to Baylor's campus to host our own national conference. So you are required to present there. So no matter what, when you graduate, if you come in as a sophomore, junior, senior, you presented at least guaranteed one national conference. Most of our scholars, if they're coming in, depending on what year, will have graduated with presenting at 3 to 4 national conferences, just because we have the funding to be able to send some students to some awesome places. So looking at our current scholars by the numbers, we have a total of 24 McNair scholars in our program. So that might seem a little tight, but it is a very small group, and it's intentional because we want to build those relationships one-on-one and be able to establish those types of connections and get them plugged in, and nobody gets lost in the weeds. So looking at our current numbers, right? So we have 17 seniors who are leaving, so they'll be graduating. So that means this semester we'll be having, our application is open. We have 17 spots available. And so a lot of students, when they're thinking about, okay, well, summer research, I'm an English major, or I'm studying education. I don't know if that's really something that kind of matches up with what I want to do. I mean, we have scholars who are coming in. As you can see, these are the current majors in our program right now. It goes across the board. And we've had someone ranging from Spanish all the way to astrophysics, so it's, as long as you are interested in doing summer research or interested in that next step of going to graduate school, we can help you out. And sometimes we've had people come in who are, like I said, studying something super niche like French, And they're like, well, I never really thought about research. And then once they got into it, it changed their whole like trajectory of like, okay, yes, I'm going to go and get my PhD. I want to teach about the things I'm learning in my research. So um, definitely something to consider if you are interested in graduate school. And like I said, we have like anthropology, business, biology, mathematics, medical humanities, and all of these folks are getting partnered up with awesome faculty, especially with us being an R1 institution. We have top-notch faculty that we're bringing in to kind of help with navigating what you want to study in graduate school, what you want to research, and also like having those long-lasting relationships that go beyond your time here at Baylor. So I'm not going to get into the extreme details of our application, but this is what it looks like. So if you were to go to baylor.edu/McNair Scholars, you can find our application checklist. So if you're interested in applying, you can go through some of the nitty-gritty of the things that we are requiring all of our scholars to have once they apply. And the application is pretty simple. It's just basic information. The one thing or the few things that we ask that you bring in are a couple letters of recommendation. Now, a lot of people get scared because they're like, well, if I'm transferring in, I don't know any faculty. I don't know anybody that's known me long enough at Baylor to write something about my academic performance. And that's okay. We completely understand that. So as long as it's a mentor, it could be an old teacher of yours. It could be, you know, somebody that you know really closely that can write something positive about your, you know, academic skills or your integrity or how you are as a person, then that's completely fine. The main piece that we're focusing here is that you are interested in summer research, want to get a graduate program attend graduate school in some way, shape, or form, and are maybe a good fit for our program. And so the main key is submitting the application and getting the interview, which is the next step. So you go through this website. It's really easy to navigate, and you can kind of see some of the details as far as what we ask in our application. So where are some of our McNair graduates? So these are some of the places that some of our scholars have gone from Baylor off to go get PhDs, MD PhDs, JD PhD, or even a master's program. So we have students over at Berkeley, UCLA, Colorado State, Syracuse, all over the place. We have a few at Johns Hopkins and Boston College, doing amazing work, doing amazing things. And we also, if you see at the bottom right, we have students who have gone off to do Fulbright. So not necessarily always going into a graduate program, but being able to travel the world and go and see and teach in some amazing countries and things like that as well. So that's kind of my spiel for the McNair Scholars Program. If you have any questions, I mean, we're going to open it up here right now, but here's our contact information. Just remember McNair@Baylor.edu is the main centralized email. But Cameron, I can open it up for some questions.
Yeah, hey guys, just feel free to type your questions into the Q&A. Rico will be more than happy to answer them. There are no stupid questions. That's what we're here for, is to answer any and all questions you guys may have. I do have a question about McNair Scholars, and so hopefully this might answer a question that anybody else may have. But let's say like I'm participating in the McNair Scholars Program and I want to study abroad. What does that look like?
Yeah, so as long as, so typically, I mean, this happens pretty much every year. We have at least one or maybe, you know, two that are currently partnered with the faculty mentor. Maybe they've been in the program before. As long as you and your faculty during the summer agree that, hey, I want to study abroad, but I still am able to contribute, like I still want to do my research. As long as you and the faculty mentor are on the same page and you're still turning in like a weekly report that you're required to do, showing that, hey, I'm still doing my research. And as long as you do that, and are in person to present at our national conference, then it's typically fine. And the good thing with our national conference is it's right before school starts. And so typically you're already back and it doesn't conflict too bad with study abroad. So as long as everybody's on the same page, you submit your final paper, poster, then usually you're good to go.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, good question.
And I don't know if you can see the Q&A on your end, but one question we have is, do you have to pursue a doctorate degree to be in the program?
So yeah, that's a good question. So typically the program itself is written to support the pursuit of a PhD, so a doctorate degree. But we've had students all the time who come in and they're like, I don't think I'm ready for a doctorate degree, or I'm not ready for a PhD. And we help them get into master's programs. We have a huge chunk of our scholars that go off and do great things in different master's programs, master's in biology, master's in higher education. Yeah, so we ask that all of our scholars, how I said before, they have to apply to 10 graduate programs. 5 of those have to be PhD. And so whether that's MD, PhD, or whatever it is, 5 of those have to be PhD. The other can be master's, it can be a law degree, it can be anything in between. So the requirement is 5 PhD applications. The rest can be whatever you see aligns with your future career goals. Good question. I think you're on mute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I was gonna say, is it okay if I throw your email in the chat just so that
that
way they can reach out to you? Okay, cool. I'll do that real quick. That way they can reach out to you with any extra questions they may have.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and even if you all are thinking about grad school, or even not really, if it hasn't really crossed your mind, I mean, the least you can do is when you see that the application is open, the least you can do is put your name in the pool, because we've had students all the time who aren't 100% sure, but they're glad that they at least applied and went through the process, because we give them an offer, and at least you have the option then to say yes or no if you want to keep going with it. So.
Let's see. All right. Just threw your email in there.
Awesome.
I always have to double check because mine has a 1 in it from when I was a student still. So some people have 1s, some people don't.
yeah, that's the right email.
Awesome. I keep talking on mute. Mackenzie, if you don't have any other questions, then I think that's all that Rico and I have for you today. And we thank you for attending this session. We're so glad you're not only attended in McNair Scholars, but Baylor as well. And we're glad that you're here at Premier.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you all.
And thanks again to you, Rico, as well. This is cool. I hadn't heard of this program before, and so it's cool for me to learn more about it as well, especially in admissions. And now I definitely have some more information, so I can plug this program for other students who are looking to come.
Yeah, please do. We're always applications open now, and it goes every year. So we're good for another 5 years, at least how it's written in our grant. So
okay, sweet. Yeah, I know a lot of students. I have the San Antonio area, so I know a lot of my San Antonio students would definitely be interested in this, and so I'll be sharing that with them.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Well, it was great to meet you, and have a great rest of your weekend.
Awesome. You too. See you.
Bye.
Bye.